Yeah,
How
that's all.
you doing?
So, am I supposed to?
We're live.
Okay. Thanks for listening to Let's Take This Outside. I'm Isabel from Turkey, and we have Sol and KP from the UK. Today, we will go on a journey deep, deep into Sol and KP's experience traveling. Hi, guys.
Sounds
Hey,
like a nightmare, doesn't it?
hey. How are you?
We're
Looking
gonna go deep,
glamorous
deep
today.
in your soul.
Yeah, Bella's
What did you
looking
Please,
say?
very
Mr.
glamorous.
Bella, probe me, probe me, probe me.
So, guys, what's going on?
I'm good. Yeah, really good. Today's been, I would say, a lazy day. Went out for a few drinks with us with Sol last night and had a one too many. So it
Oh,
was a pretty lazy day, I have to say. Didn't do much, which is not a good thing. But we did talk about what we're gonna do our video, about today. So we had a discussion. But other than that, lazy, very lazy.
you guys have a hangover.
You can say that, yeah. I'm on my way out tonight as well for round two. So yeah.
Oh, and so you?
Well, we had a great time. So as KP mentioned, we caught up. We had a good time. We had a very good time, and yeah, it was just great just to get out the house, meet with friends, get some fresh air, and just socialize. It was had a great time. Yeah,
Oh,
it was good.
so did you do your 100 squats today?
Well, funny enough, no, I didn't this morning.
No?
But all we shall all be getting back to tomorrow, back to the normal regime tomorrow. So yes, tomorrow will be the day.
Ah, okay, so
Oh
you
no,
do
the
it
day
what,
after
six
tomorrow,
days a
Monday.
week, not five?
Normally, yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh,
Moving
that's
on, moving on.
good, good, good. And my day has been good. I also had a bit of a lazy day today. I didn't do too much. I just cleaned up and I cooked and worked on Instagram a little bit.
Awesome,
And then now I'm online with you guys.
awesome.
Yay! We're very privileged and
Yeah.
honored to have you in the house. So yeah, I'm really happy that you're here. You're looking as beautiful as ever.
Thank you.
Second, I
Oh.
second that.
Yeah,
I second that. Glamour, but she's
sure.
way. They're gonna snap. They're gonna snatch us. Bella's gonna be snatched from us. So, GQ magazine, here we come, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm not sure how this video
Mickey
is gonna come
magazine,
out,
baby.
but
Yeah, absolutely.
all right. So guys, tell me, where have you guys traveled to?
Well, I'll kickstart. So I've been to various places. Like, where do I start? So I've been a few destinations in Europe, through Germany. Uh,
Hmm.
I've been to Austria. I've been in Germany. I've been to Latvia.
Hmm.
I've been to a few places in Europe. I've been to a few places in South Asia, from Vietnam to um, where did I go? Thailand to
Hmm.
Australia and New Zealand. And I'm
Wow.
sure later on we'll talk further about my experiences on the destinations. But one thing I want to say, I've never been to South America. That is one destination I absolutely want to go to.
Yeah. Well, I've been to Mexico. I went to Mexico. Mexico is actually pretty good. I went to Cancun. I'm not really sure if I would go back. I like Europe better. I've been to Saint Martin. Saint Martin is absolutely gorgeous. It's a small island. It's just beautiful. There's one side is French, one side is Dutch, and the French side is a little bit more luxurious. It's very beautiful. They have all kinds of beautiful hotels. They have all beautiful designer stores, and the beach is just absolutely gorgeous. The water is so clear. It was an amazing experience I had there. It was beautiful.
Oh, great.
But yeah. And you, Sol? You?
I think he's gone off camera.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Right.
Okay.
So from my side, you know, I've oh, there he is. He's back.
Hello, everybody. Now, wow, that's interesting.
Sol in the house.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
You're
here.
here.
Well, yeah, being in Europe, I've traveled to Italy, Spain, France,
Mm-hmm.
Brussels. What else?
Thailand, Malaysia. You said you went to.
Yeah, I've been to Thailand. I've been to Malaysia,
Mhm.
America extensively.
Okay.
America, Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Egypt.
Oh, that's great. So
Saudi Arabia.
if
Dubai.
you've been to Dubai too?
Yeah, the airport, 20 hours.
Ah, so that's why you say you want to go there. You want to move there.
Dubai's cool. I think it's definitely cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did you like about Dubai?
Well, not the women.
The woman?
Not the women.
Oh, not the woman. Why?
No.
Did they eat too much kale?
More like too much cake. No. Dubai is fine. Dubai is fine. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. And so, how was experience in Malaysia and Thailand? I know you told me a little bit briefly about it, but I really like to hear in detail. We want to go deep, you know. We want to go really, really deep about your experiences. So,
Sure.
come on, guys.
Malaysia is about a 13-hour flight from London Heathrow. You normally have a layover at Dubai Airport, and then you'll travel normally like another 6.5 hours from Dubai to KL. So the best way to describe Kuala Lumpur, KL, is a fertile jungle, and in the middle of that really fertile jungle is this urban city, probably the size of Coventry. It's amazing. It's one of the best places on earth, actually. It's a really cool country. Yes, it's a Muslim country, but it's very secular. The rules are no drugs. They have zero tolerance on drugs. They still use the death penalty in a form of beheading. So if you don't want to be decapitated, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. But if you're a foodie like KP and Isabel, it's the only place to be. The only place to be.
Really?
The food experience is so enriching because you've got the Chinese, you've got the Indians, and then you've got the indigenous population. And it's just this melting pot of Indian and Chinese culture blended together at this pinnacle. It's amazing.
So what kind of Chinese food did you have?
Well, you know, Chinese food is always sort of rice and duck. Chinese food is Chinese food, but Malaysian food, because it's got that Indian element to it, it takes Chinese food into the next stratosphere. You know what I mean? It's oh god, Malaysian food is the only country where it's acceptable to be fat. Malaysia.
Ah, okay. I think I've had Malaysian food. They have rice and a pineapple with nuts in it, and it's got like that pineapple flavor.
Yeah, it's one of those unique countries. That's all I can say in terms of its history, its culture. Because the British people, we colonized Malaysia. Back in the day, it used to be called Malaya, until we gave it its sovereignty, I guess, or released it from the crown. But like I said, it's just an amazing country because it's Southeast Asia, very close to China, very close to Japan, very close to Australia, Korea, very, very. I mean, we are literally in the backyard of these countries. If you want to talk about mall sizes, seriously. The sizes of the malls in KL is ridiculous. You can easily spend 2 days just like looking at different shops and not repeating the same shops. It's ridiculous. So yeah, it's just like any other Western country, just happens to be in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And KP, you've been to Malaysia too, haven't you?
No, I haven't had the opportunity to go to Malaysia. Sol didn't invite me over, so
So why don't you invite him?
shame on him. But yeah, no,
Well,
I know, shame.
I would
You
have
didn't even
invited
invite
Kate.
me either.
Yeah, but
And you didn't invite
but
me.
you were too busy living up in Marbella, Spain, Malaga. So I didn't. There was no point to invite. And that's for KP. He was too busy making loads and loads of money for HSBC.
Okay. So that's the way it is.
He was being a good
I
little
get
boy.
it.
He's been a good little boy. So that's why he didn't get invited.
yeah.
So what did you? Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead, KP. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
What were you gonna say? I think I've interrupted you twice.
Oh no, I was going to talk about a neighboring country, which is Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
But if you had a specific question on that, I could answer it.
Yeah, but tell me what was your experience like in Thailand? Because
Thailand is a beautiful country. So I don't know the dimensions, and I'm not going to. Sol keeps on telling me that I give these factual information that is. I always start off with factual information, and then I go into my conversation. So today I won't do that. I will. So what it is, Thailand is Bangkok is the capital. Mm-hmm. So I've been to Thailand 3 times now. So I think the flight is about 10 hours, 10 to 11 hours flight.
Yeah, that's long.
From London.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've got so Thailand's got the main island. So up on top is Chiang Rai, which is mountainous. Mm-hmm. So what it is up in the mountains. It's quite there's a tribe villagers who live up in over in the Chiang Mai in the mountains. Then you've got middle, which is Bangkok, and then below is various other towns and cities. And then it's got 2 other separate islands. One is Phuket, and the other one is what's the name of it? For the life of me. Do you know, Sol? What's the other island called? Phuket.
You sucking so good?
Phuket and
You sucking so good?
Sorry.
You'll probably remember it when you're like talking about something else. I guarantee you. Right.
So I've travelled across Thailand. So there's so much things to do. There's so much attractions like architecture.
Bollocks. You went to Thailand, look at the fucking architecture. Bollocks.
Well, they've got the ruins, right? They've got all the different temples, and they've got, and also
you spent 700 and almost 800 quid to go and look at some old fallen stones from back in the day.
Yeah, of course. You got to go check the architecture and look at the temples.
I'm not talking about Egypt or fucking Rome or something. Okay, cool. Okay.
So what did you like the most about Thailand?
Well,
KP, what do you like most about Thailand?
Well, I've got to say is Phuket. Koh Samui, that's it. The other island is Koh Samui. So Phuket is a beautiful island because there's so much to do. So what you get is the first time I went is I did these. They have these particular parties on the beach. So you've got all various within the town. You've got various bars that you can start off with. You can start drinking, and then later in the evening, till it goes on for days. These parties. and on the beach, and also what you do is you just get absolutely hammered and
Right.
just get pissed at, I guess, just get pissed. And also they've got really nice restaurants, like Sol said, in Malaysia.
The party that you're talking about, it has a specific name, isn't it? Is it like called like the pajama party or something like that?
It's called the Full Moon Party.
The full moon party.
Is it like okay? So is there a
so
lot of
close.
foreigners there, or is it just
Oh
mostly
yeah,
like people
so
from?
across the globe. Yeah, so everyone who's doing their world tours. So you've got backpackers, and you've got certain people, millennials doing their tours, across the globe, and you'll always have a pack Europeans, North Americans. You get across across the globe really, who travel to Thailand because it's such a beautiful country. The food is lovely. It's a mixture of I would think it's got like a Indo-Chinese type flavor.
Okay.
But of course they've got their own, so like Thai green curry and Thai red curry. And so those are, I guess, the popular dishes of Thailand. But
well, yeah. What was your favorite dish?
Well, my word I would say is Thai green curry. That is, it's nice and spicy, and it just tastes really nice. It's a lovely dish that I always used to order. But you got to be careful when you eat out in Thailand, because the way they prep the food sometimes isn't always hygienic, I would say.
So they're not that clean.
I say they're clean, but it's like, with South Asian countries, they take it out the fish tank. So if you say, for example, you want a lobster or some sort of crab or something, they just take it out the fish tank, and they use it's not hygienic in a sense, because they cut it up for you in front of you, and so forth. But sometimes sometimes you don't want to see that, right? Where it's
you don't want to see the food that you're about to meow.
What did you say, Sol? I didn't catch that.
I said KP doesn't want to look at the food he's about to decimate.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to see it either. I wouldn't want to see them cutting up a live lobster in front of me. No way. I wouldn't even eat it. I'll have nightmares.
Have you seen KP's women? Then you know what I'm talking about.
Right, moving on. And also with Thailand, they've got some beautiful islands, different small islands that you can jump on a boat. And then they will, you can get a guide, and they'll take you to these various ruins. There's caves, and so there's so much beauty. There's like the sand, the beaches are nice. They some of the side of the island is, you got blue ocean and stuff. So it's
now, KP, you do realize that the ocean is not really blue. It's actually the sky that makes the ocean look blue. It's not actually blue. You do realize that, right?
Thanks for mentioning that. And so yeah, and so do you know the scene in one of the Bond movies?
Which scene?
There's one of the scenes in the Bond movie where do you know the name of the area? I've forgotten the name of the area, just off Phuket Island. And that is where they shot one of the James Bond movies, and it's a backdrop. It's a cliff, like a really high cliff, and a small beach that it has within that small island.
Right. Okay. And what did you learn? Did you learn the language a little bit, like to say hi? Just a simple.
I did. Yes. For the life of me, I can't remember. what's it? Swadi, is it Swadika? Is it Swad? I think it's Swadika's hello.
Okay.
Swadika. I think so. Yeah, I think it's. Don't quote me on this though. Yeah.
And do they speak? They obviously speak English, right? Like, I mean, for tourists to go there, they have to know a bit of English, or.
We like you so much.
Yeah, there's Sucky, and we like you so much. But other than that, I don't know. So their English, I would say, is broken.
Okay.
But they do have those two are the main words that are quoted by most women. Not really joking.
Well, the thing about
Well, there must be a lot of prostitution, though. There's a lot of prostitution there, right? So when you go to these beach parties, like, are these women like approaching you guys? And
wow, prostitution.
Ooh, Bella's going hardcore, boy. She's going deep.
Hey, so yeah, so Bella's really saying, how many girls did you check over there?
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
Who'd you go with?
So I went with my cousin, very close cousin of mine, on my first trip, and then funny enough, I went with him and his friend on the second trip, and so we again traveled around Thailand, hitting up most tourist points in Thailand. So we literally did the same thing, because we had another person who came with us who's never been. So we took him to the same, we did the same the tour guides, and took us to the same places that we did last time.
Right. And what was the weirdest thing you saw in Thailand? Like, what was the one thing that really freaked you out in Thailand?
That's a good question, I think what happened, we went to do you know Muay Thai? It's a form of combat fighting, right? And what it is the majority of is they use their legs.
Okay.
So, and what it is, I don't know. Yeah. So I went to a match one evening, and and what I saw was these like really healthy, athletic guys, right? So they were having a match, and it was really gruesome how they were because what they use is they're using their shins a lot, right? And they're really kicking their opponent in various places on their lower body, like some. So what happened is one of the matches we were watching, literally the guy snapped his shin just snapped in half.
Oh my God.
And there was just blood everywhere, and it was just pouring out of him.
God.
And the guy was just
scary.
And he was still ready to like continue when he's having excruciating pain probably in his shin. And me and my cousin like, whoa, where's the doctor? There was no one, man. They were just like, yeah.
And he continued fighting with his shin like basically cut in half.
His shin was up, but then someone came from the ring. Like he ran in, and then luckily someone then took him away. But it was just gruesome. It was like, whoa, like this combat.
Welcome to Thailand.
Blood sport. It's like blood sport, boy. It was crazy, but it was an experience that I would really. I'm not saying Muay Thai is not a good form of combat fighting. I think it's a great a great sport. But from what I saw, whoa, you have to be really, really like.
Ket, do you know what I find really interesting? So you went to Thailand on more than 2 occasions, right? You went with all guys, so it was a blokes holiday, and then you watched some Muay Thai. You watched some Muay Thai, and you were totally horrified, but yet you still continued to watch it. That's funny.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Well, what else you got? If you've got like, say, some guy's shin split in half, you're gonna want to watch that. You're like, whoa, Let's just recap.
No, but the great thing about Thailand is that Muay Thai is their national sport, whereas if you go to Spain, their national sport is bullfighting, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's so
which
cruel.
to me is totally
so cruel.
I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. It's so interesting to see who's going to win.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
No way.
I think
that's just pure cruelty.
Yeah, but we're not. We're at least they're able to fight their way out rather than just eat them. We give them a chance, right?
I don't know. I'm just completely against animal cruelty.
I love beef burgers. Don't you like beef burgers? Don't you like going to McDonald's and eating beef burgers and cheeseburgers and big? What do you say? Quarter deluxe you like eating?
Quarter, yeah, I think so. I think that's what it is. Yeah. You and McDonald's, you know.
I know, my bad.
Yeah.
You love
McDonald's.
You love
McDonald's is so good.
Towers, don't you?
Bella, you still there?
I'm still here. The audio is. You guys are getting cut off from my end.
Okay, no, we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you.
You could hear me? Okay. Okay. And so how about you, Sol? Tell me about your experience in Malaysia, Thailand.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It was interesting.
How?
Unlike KP, I didn't go to these countries for pleasure. It was strictly business.
You were working out there.
I was, yeah. I was working out there. And I was flown over there from Spain, set up in a nice apartment, a nice hotel, and basically just walked into a ready-made job, really. So we were speaking to people across the world, selling them shares on the market in different industries, such as oil and gas, usually. So that's what I was doing. So these countries, like for example, Malaysia, even though they're getting their shit together in so much as regulation is quite a high thing. I mean, if you compare like Malaysia to Thailand in terms of regulation, you can obviously see the difference. It's so obvious. They've got better roads in Malaysia, whereas in Thailand, as soon as the rain hits, it actually destroys the entire road, and all you see is just piles and piles of dirt all over the road. You don't see that in Malaysia. And obviously Malaysia is a secular Muslim country, whereas Thailand is a Buddhist country, if I'm correct. So I would say like Thailand is probably one of those countries where in other countries, just based off the religion and the culture. If you want to have a life, you can have a life in Malaysia, but if you want to have fun, go to Thailand. I wouldn't necessarily want to raise a family in Thailand.
Why? Why?
Well, when I was in Thailand, I was working in a city called Pattaya, and in essence, Pattaya is the sex capital of the solar system, quite literally. So it's in your face 24/7. From the minute you rise to the minute you go to sleep, like that industry is always the sex industry is always there. It's in your face.
Right, it's available all the time.
Yeah, it's always available. But you got to remember, a lot of the percentage of the economy is accounted for by this type of trade or this type of work. So it's easy for us to condemn, like, the rules and regulations are really slack. They're not really regulating the industry properly. But it's still making up like 40% of the economy, for example.
Right.
So it's not a subject that can be easily dismissed, I think.
Right. What did you see that was like so bothering for you?
Well, again, I'm no angel. I'm no angel. Like KP,
we know that.
We smashed a load of beds Do you know what I mean? Birds that didn't speak a word of English at all, or so they said.
Excuse me, that's
And then,
I didn't do that.
and then,
Wait,
and
I
then
didn't do that.
what is YouTube experiencing a time delay? Fucking hell. 15 seconds later. So funny, KP, you crack me up. But mate, but seriously, you know what? We both know that Thailand is the place, mate. If you're just looking just to relieve yourself, do you know what I mean? Have a good time, eat good food, do exciting things, then that's definitely the place to be. But in terms of building a family, because of everything is very, very open, sexually orientated. I mean, I don't want to say that Thailand is like that, but it is kind of, because you go to different cities, you go on certain trails that's connected to World War II, when the Japanese invaded, and you go to different parts of the country and look at certain bridges that are famous in movies. You know, it's gone through some tough times, like a lot of countries in that part of the world. So we should never forget that.
Right.
They've come a long way, you know, but it's just a shame that Europeans and other people from powerful nations kind of go there with their bad intentions, and, you know, they just fuck up the country and the people. It's not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, can you hear me? You guys keep on getting cut off for some reason.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you. We want you to go deep, Mama. Go deep.
Yeah, I wanted to add what Sol was saying about Thailand. Also, the royalty. So you got to be careful. You do not say anything bad about the royalty in that country, because if you do, oh well, you'll be put in prison straight away. Never say a bad thing whatsoever about royalty in that country, because you will be punished heavily. And the charges that, so I've watched a few documentaries about Thailand and people who have done some silly things, and but the punishment they got was just insane. You know, they were put into, so anything wrong you say about the king or anything to the royalty in that country, they will really hit hard on you. So my advice is follow everything to the T when it comes to in that country, because boy, if you say anything wrong, you're banged up in jail, boy, for just because if you're so wrong, you got to be so careful.
Or they're going to snap your Achilles tendon.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow. So what's the weirdest thing you saw when you went when you were in Thailand?
I didn't really see that many weird stuff, but obviously they've got a lot of ladyboys over there, so be careful. In both countries, be careful. Also, if you're a guy, expect that the majority of the women that you hooked up with, if you look at their wrist, you can see that they're self-harming. That's a big thing over there. A lot of the females are self-harming over there, so you normally see that their wrists have been cut up. They're, you know, using blades and whatnot to release the pain, because again, they've come from a hard life. You know, that involves a lot of sex, and also there's a lot of, I think, paedophilia that takes place in the family home as well.
Yeah.
So the strangest thing I've seen in Thailand, I don't know really. I haven't seen too many weird things. I remember I was in the market once, and a lady had a massive python wrapped around her neck. She decided to put it around my neck.
Really?
Yeah, it was a cool experience though. It was an amazing experience. Thailand's a very cool
Did you
country.
take photos? Did you take photos?
Yeah. I've got photos of different parts of Thailand that I've been in. Obviously, the commercial side of the country, as well as the historic side of the country, that really changed the destiny of that particular nation. Damn sure. Damn straight.
You guys should post it on Instagram. Your pictures from Thailand, Malaysia. You should post it for our audience to see. I like to see them, that's for sure.
Yo, so how many Thai massages did you get when you were in Thailand?
Well, in Thailand, we don't call them Thai massages. We just say, can we have a massage? I enjoy massages.
Did you go for the extras? Did you go all out? Did you go for the
sex?
I'm
sure you did. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what though? The Thai women are the most possessive women on the planet. Well, I remember I was dating a Thai girl who wasn't a prostitute, who we generally met in not far from where I lived, and then we started dating. She looked more Chinese though. You know what Ket was talking about earlier, that certain parts of Thailand, they've got very strong Chinese influence, shall we say. So she didn't really look Thai. To me, I used to mock her and say, you're really Chinese, you're a Chinese spy or whatever, Chinese agent. She used to get really annoyed. But she definitely looked Chinese. But the thing is, like, her specifically, she got like really, really attached to the point, like, it was almost smothering. And then when you're dating Thai girls, expect them just to turn up outside of your apartment, like without being invited. Like, because to them, it's literally the difference between feeding themselves as well as the whole entire families, aunts, uncles, in-laws, outlaws, parents, aunties, uncles. So a lot of the mentality of the women in those countries is that they want to have a better life. They want to get out of the hellhole that they're in. So expect to see people that are willing to take a risk, you know?
Yeah. And how long were you with her? How long did you date her?
Oh, so let me finish the story. I need to remember to work on that, finish my stories. So we were together not long, maybe just like a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks? I was thinking, what?
I know, me too. I was thinking
I was thinking months or something. Couple of weeks.
Mate, relationships in Thailand, they don't work like that, really. I don't think so. But no, it wasn't too long. But she became really... Did
you meet her family?
No, thank God, because she was a lovely girl. But she was definitely codependent, not on material stuff. That was the issue. That was the strange thing. It wasn't about that. It was the emotional issue. Like, she was just really controlling, super controlling. But Thai girls in general, depending on the type of person you're meeting. Did you know, for example, that for you to own a business in Thailand, you've got to be a female? They're very strong in that.
Never knew that.
Wow. If you're a foreign,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, you've got to be a female to own a business in Thailand.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the Thai government have wised up to the fact that the female will try to build and plant something where men will just waste the money. You don't understand, right? Thailand is in a different age. You know, we were talking about the Thai language. The problem with the Thai language is that when you have a conversation with a Thai person, they have no concept of when you're talking previously or post the event. So when you're having a conversation in Thai, you're always talking in the present. It's very difficult to talk about future events or past events because in their dialect, it doesn't account for past or future events that may have happened or may not have happened. When they're talking, it's all about, the conversation will always be focused on what's happening now. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
So I love Thailand. I think it's a great country. It's a beautiful country. But the language It's ridiculous. It's a stupid language. It's because of the very fact that everything's being spoken about in the moment. And so I think that the Thai government realized that the Thai men were not to be trusted, and therefore they've entrusted women to at least keep the birthright of the nation within the nation. If it went to the man, then I don't know, the country would be forgotten, I reckon. I don't know. Yeah. But Thai women are, by nature, very possessive. What I like about Thai women is the first responsibility is to the man. I like that about their culture. They recognize that. Yeah. Why are you making me to be like some chauvinistic pig or something? I do. I do see the. I do see that. Yeah. They will come around. They will, tidy your home.
They cook for you.
They cook.
Oh.
And I really appreciate about them. That's an amazing thing to be served like that. It's wonderful. If you've ever experienced it, it's a wonderful feeling, especially for a guy. But you know what? Thai women, they're fucking smart, mate. Super, super smart. Like when it comes to business, don't fuck around. Don't fuck around. They are super intelligent.
Yeah, well, they have to learn to be very smart in business, right? They have to make the money. They have to, or else how are they gonna survive? There's so many of them.
And the thing is as well, we were talking about ladyboys. So the story behind ladyboys primarily is that women are seen more valuable as a valuable commodity because they will prostitute themselves out and bring money into the family, whereas boys, they don't have that same appeal. How many girls go to Thailand to fuck a Thai boy, right?
Right.
So what happens is that the male starts to become an outcast in the family, and to prove his worth, that's why a lot of these lady boys. It's just, to be fair, to me, it sounds like it's deep-seated trauma because they were again rejected by the matriarch in the family.
Families, yeah.
So they want to prove that they have value and they have worth, and they go and get the operations done. Got to be so careful. Thank God it hasn't happened to me, but I've heard about so many horror stories. Like fuck. And
crazy.
And I don't like the fact that when you go to these countries, specifically Thailand, that you see like 11 and 12 and 13-year-old girls, and even younger, like dancing naked in a nightclub. Like that really disturbs me. I don't like that. It really, when I see that type of stuff, that really taints the country for me, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that is very disturbing. I think I would be disturbed watching it too. And especially all these old men from like America or Europe, they go there to sleep with these little children. Basically.
Right. It's what it is. It's a form of sex slavery, isn't it? That's what it is.
Absolutely.
So it's a great place to have a holiday. And if you're a guy and you've just left school and you want to experience things, it's a great destination. It's a great place to go. But you've got to be careful because, with open sex like that comes obviously the liabilities with that type of environment, and you have to protect yourself if you're going to indulge in that type of activity.
Yes.
If you're not, then I wouldn't recommend Thailand to be that type of place. There's other places that you might want to think about going to, but
so
it's open.
Yeah, so I want to switch away from Thailand, and so really there's other Far East countries, and so one I've been to is, so I took a 10-week sabbatical while I was in my previous role, where I traveled to Australia and New Zealand. What I did was So what I did, I flew from London to Hong Kong because the flight, of course, to New Zealand is about 23 hours non-stop. So, of course, I stopped off at Hong Kong, stayed there for about a couple of nights. And so Hong Kong's a beautiful city. It's got, again, it's got a lovely, vibrant place for place to go. Like you've got the financial district. So, you know, you've got the various banks that you know, your HSBC,
Right.
and your other large major banks, and then you've got other areas where you've got food markets and so forth in Hong Kong. Then after 2 nights, I flew to New Zealand, and so I stayed there for 5 weeks. So I
Wow.
started off in northern New Zealand in Christchurch. Then
Right.
I worked my way down to Wellington, which is really so. What it is in Wellington, it's a very like the weather chop and changes. It's near the coast, so
Okay.
it's in between North and South New Zealand, and there you can do various activities. You know, power gliding, going in the ocean, and doing like, you know, you can go surfing and all those
Oh
really
my God.
cool stuff, you know,
Yeah.
because in New Zealand, Australia, they're really sporty, you know.
Okay.
Those guys are really sporty. They love their all different types of
Like surfing.
aqua water activity.
Right.
And
Right.
but as I said in my previous video, you know, I'm not a great swimmer, so
Swimmer.
I didn't
You're
get involved.
you could swim in swimming pools, but you're a little bit not so good in the ocean because you're scared of sharks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah,
You're funny, Timothy. You're so funny.
Yeah,
'Cause I
that
remember
was really funny.
on video 2, you were saying you were trying to convince us that sharks weren't as terrifying as we thought they were. Do you remember?
yeah, yeah,
So
and
what kind of food do they eat in New Zealand?
oh, so New Zealand is so that they have the normal, like I don't know, I'm not sure they have a national dish in New Zealand, really. So you know, I think I I think I don't think they have it. Well, don't quote me on this. I went in 2010, so it's been quite a while, about 7 years now since I've been. But when I did go, I do remember that it wasn't. So the Auckland is the capital of New Zealand, and there
Okay.
I'm fairly sure that there wasn't no, because you've got like you've got Asia countries, so you've got a mixture of different various dishes, like, you know, South Asian, Indian, in Chinese, Thai. So, but I don't know. I didn't come across a particular dish in New
No.
Zealand. No.
Do they eat a lot of fish?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
Yeah.
eat tons of fish because it's fresh from the sea, right?
Right.
So
Right.
when you go to the coast, like Wellington, and when you go further down south, there's areas near the coast where there's beautiful markets and places to go for food. And what they do, you get fresh fish from the sea. They
Okay.
cook it there
Yeah.
and then for you
Oh, nice.
on the skewer and stuff. So it's absolutely beautiful. Have
Beautiful.
you ever had fresh fish fresh from the sea? Do you get that
Uh,
in Turkey?
yeah.
Because you're near the island, right?
Yeah, no, we don't really not in Alanya, not well, actually you do. You know, sometimes when you go to to the to the beach, there's like a guy that comes around and tries to sell you fish
Yeah.
fresh from the sea.
Great.
But
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, you could buy
Oh,
or they have the fish markets like early in the morning where they sell fish that you could go buy right by the port. So,
yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah.
absolutely. So I totally recommend viewers to go to New Zealand. It's a beautiful country. There's
Yeah.
so much things to do. Paragliding. You can do Interpau, which is in I think that was in the northern islands.
Mhm.
You can do tandem diving. So what you do, you go
Okay.
15,000. So I did. I did it in Australia, but you go to 50,000 feet, and then
Okay.
you know, you jump out of a plane and then you parachute your way down. So it's a fantastic thing to do, and I totally recommend other people to do it. Then I went to Australia, and I traveled east. So I started off in Cairns, up it's further up in Australia on the coast. Then I worked my way down to Sydney for New Year's for 2010, and it was the greatest thing I ever did, because you meet so many different people, all walks of life, and you share. You meet a lot of Irish people.
Okay.
So Irish people love traveling, and so I met tons and tons of majority were
no pun intended, by the way, Irish travellers out there.
I totally recommend Australia. There's so much to do in Australia. There is so much to do. And
can I sorry, go ahead.
Sorry?
No, sorry, KP, I really interrupted you.
No, I know. I was just going to say that the food over in Australia is lovely as well. And they have, again, fresh fish from the sea.
You put shit on the barbie.
And kangaroo. You can.
Oh, they eat kangaroos too.
I ate kangaroo, yeah. Kangaroo,
dude,
it's nice and chewy.
It's tasty.
Dude,
yeah, nice and chewy.
What does it taste like? Like cow meat, or does it taste like chicken?
Chicken. It tastes like chicken, but it's a bit chewier. Yeah.
It's a bit chewier. Oh, poor kangaroo. Guys, shame on you. Eating kangaroos and dogs and cats.
Well, listen, KP.
Yeah.
Why don't we? Do you want to reveal a secret about your recent love of meat now?
Oh no! I can't do that.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
No way.
Come on.
You said something so amazing. You've eaten kangaroo.
Well, kangaroo is it's So I know where Sol's going with this. Okay.
No, right.
Okay, I want to hear it. Come on.
Oh man. Okay, so basically, my sister had for Christmas. She invited me over for Christmas dinner, a Christmas lunch, and so her in-law, her mother-in-law, bought a rack of ribs. Now, what it was is they were marinated, and they were like, it took her about a week or so to marinate it and get it, and she left it out for a while for it to be nice and juicy when she put it in the oven. And what it was is I thought it was pork, right? So I thought her ribs were pork, right?
Yeah, look at
so my sister must have put it on my plate, right? So I've got all the various the vegetables, and then this nice smelling tasty rack of rib, part of the ribs. So I started eating the ribs, right? And not knowing it was beef.
Okay.
So then my sister goes to me, I hope you know you just ate some beef ribs. I thought, you're kidding me. Okay. What it is it in my Hinduism, you should, it's not part, you shouldn't eat beef because the cow is sacred in our religion.
Yeah.
So what it was is, for a long period of time, I didn't eat beef.
Okay.
And then,
that was your first time, right?
No. I've been out on piss ups and had so Burger King's a restaurant in the UK where it's a chain type of restaurant, and they do beef burgers. So when I used to get really drunk, I used to have beef. I used to get, not intentionally, but beef burgers when I'm out.
Not intentionally.
So when you have McDonald's, it's a beef, right? Do you would you get chicken or the fish?
When I have why are we going to McDonald's out of all the restaurants you want to talk about McDonald's of all fucking restaurants?
Well, Sol said you love McDonald's.
Okay. So I don't have Big Macs and stuff. I have chicken burgers and
magazine, baby.
So you've never tried the Big Mac?
Seoul has the Big Macs
Oh, okay. But you've never
Yeah,
tried the
because
Big Mac?
because he
because I live
the Mac Daddy, so he goes with it.
honestly though, for people out there, people don't understand that McDonald's was designed for KP. Like the Golden Arches, when he sees the Golden Arches, something happens, something sets off in his mind. And it's like, we're definitely, you can go to all, listen, give KP a choice of lovely restaurants, right? At a certain period of the night, he would choose McDonald's over all of them, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So Ronald McDonald needs to be replaced with a picture of KP, you know, getting really excited
No way.
because he has this incredible love for McDonald's.
Hey,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
go
you
on.
know they have kale salad at McDonald's too.
Do they?
That was so not funny.
Yeah,
Bella, that was so
they
not funny.
do.
That was so
Do
not
they?
funny.
Oh, I never knew that. Might have to order it.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I think you should get it for Seoul.
Yeah,
So,
you do that, you know.
You know,
So going back
every
to
time I talk to you, wait, hold on. Every time I talk to you, right? He's like, "Oh, I'm hungry, I'm gonna go cook something." So I'm like, "What are you gonna cook?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna cook some kale." Every time. I don't think I've ever talking to Seoul without him saying, like, I'm eating kale. I'm not eating kale. Always kale, kale.
I'm telling you, mate, it's really been embedded in my mind. Definitely. Definitely. But yeah. So going back to travel, Like, so Isabel, tell us about your travel history.
Well, I've been to France. I've been to
Where
Finland,
in France?
Sweden. Sorry?
Where in France did you where in France did
I've
you
been to Paris. I've been to south of France. Yeah, that's it. Mostly every time I go, I always go to Paris because I have family there. So I always just go to Paris,
is that
and
on
I
your
absolutely love it
is
there.
that on your mum's side
I love
or
Paris.
is
My
that
dad,
on, so is that on your mum's
my
side, your
dad's side.
family? On your
My
dad's side?
aunts are all there from my dad's side. Yeah. So I
Okay. And
really
you're both
like
in Paris.
Paris,
Hmm.
and I've been to Sweden.
Really?
Which Sweden, it's okay. I don't really care for Sweden too much.
Okay.
Because it was
What's the food like over there, Bella, in Sweden? Is it nice?
the food. Yeah, it's not too bad. They have a lot of great cheeses. I love the cheese there. But the food, I can't really remember what they had. They had some. Yeah, the food wasn't too bad. It was good. Nothing that they had. Uh, I had pizza there. I can't remember exactly what kind of food I had, to be quite honest with you. But
So
nothing. I can't really remember anything special.
what was you doing in Sweden?
I went there actually. I had one of my mom's sisters. She lived there, so we went to visit her a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I went one time. I went in the winter time, which was really cold, and it gets dark really, really early. And the summer was really nice, though. The summer was great. They had a lot of parties on the street. I remember, I don't know if it was a concert or something. I'm not really sure, but they had this huge party on the street, and everybody was just drinking on the street and just partying. Um, and yeah, they have great. I like the, as I said, like the food is not bad there, but I don't really remember a special dish that they
Okay.
have.
Do you
And
remember
then,
what year you traveled to Sweden?
well, I've been there 2 times. So I believe I was probably like 18, 18. And I think when I was 22, I believe. And we
Okay.
went with a ferry. We went to Norway. Actually, I remember that. We went to Norway on a ferry. There was a big party actually on the ferry as well. It was actually I had so much fun. I remember that because I met this guy.
As you would do.
Yeah, and then that's it. And then where else have
So
I
you
been?
met this guy.
Then
So you met this guy. You met this guy on the
yeah.
ferry. So what happened? So tell us about the setting. How did it start?
Oh, I can't
What
even
else were you
remember how
doing?
it started, but I remember we kissed, and I think everybody was like looking for me, my parents, my family.
Really? Oh, you're being naughty, huh?
Yeah.
So was it like
Hmm.
was it like a family cruise?
It was
Family
what?
cruise to Norway, was it?
Was it what?
Was it like a family cruise from Sweden to Norway?
Yeah. Yes.
Ah,
Well, I went obviously I went with my family, right?
right.
And then there was a party on this cruise on the way to Norway, and then yeah, and they had like casino in there. It was really nice, actually. It was really really nice.
Now,
And
how long was the cruise for? What was the duration?
oh, it was I can't remember. It was like for probably it wasn't like a it was like a day cruise type of a thing, like a day and night, all day.
Fantastic. That's really good.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, something like that.
So
And
you've been
then yeah, where else did I? And then I've been to Italy. I really like Italy. I love the food in Italy. I love the fashion. It's beautiful there.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, yeah. And that's it.
Italy's
So if
amazing.
you guys had to, yeah, it is. Where did you go in Italy?
So I've been to Bologna, home of Bolognese and
Mm,
Ducati, and then
okay.
I spent 5 days in Bologna. What it was, so I needed a holiday, and a close friend of mine suggested that I join her in Italy in Bologna, so I did. And she was the sweetest
Hmm.
girl. Like I've known her before. Like she hooked up with one of my friends from a long time ago, but we remained friends. Actually, we all remained friends. So I got there and she picked me up with her friend. She took me back to her apartment. And she basically, for 5 days, like she gave me her apartment. It was amazing. And every morning she would come in, would fix breakfast, always a bottle of wine, always a bottle of wine. Or
Yeah.
we would come in the morning, we'd go downstairs, we would go to various different cafes. And tradition, you go into a cafe, you get a small coffee and a
Hmm.
glass of water, and you drink the coffee and you have a glass of water. And that's how I
Espresso.
remember espresso, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how we started the day
Hmm.
from time to time. Bologna is an amazing city. It's very contemporary in so much as the architecture is, it seems very modern yet, but it has
Hmm.
this French style about it. It's amazing. They take food very, very seriously in Italy. Like, let me tell you, they take it super, super
Yeah,
seriously.
Italians do.
Right. And then I went to Rome. I took the train after about 5 days.
Hmm.
I went to Rome. I booked myself into like I wouldn't say I'm trying to word it. It was like a campsite, but it was a campsite that had its own amenities. It had its own shops, its own
Okay.
restaurant, had its swimming pools, little beach areas, and then obviously you had your little cabins where you would bunk up for tonight. So the train from Bologna to Rome was probably a couple of hours, if that. Very interesting experience. I was super excited. Got off at the main station right in the heart of Rome, and there was this massive queue for taxis. And
Hmm.
then the problem with Italy is that they take the piss. When it comes to taking taxis, they take the piss. Like a journey that would take you less than 20 minutes, they want to charge you like 300-400 euros. Like they take
Wow.
the piss. A lot of um, um, unwholesome taxi people out there. But when I got to Rome, I actually did take a taxi because
Yeah.
sometimes when you're carrying so much like luggage, it's just easy to pay them off and just get the mission over and done
Right.
with, rather than fool around
Hmm.
trying to hop on figure out the bus services. But then it turned out that actually where I was staying was literally 20 minutes outside of Rome, and it was pretty easy, and it was just like one bus. But I think I paid
Okay.
about 200 euros. I was just like, I was over it. I was like, just take me to my location, man. I'll pay you the money, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a cool experience. Rome is a lovely, lovely, beautiful, amazing city. It's my favorite European destination, Rome. But if you go during summertime, it's hell. It's hell. It's so hot. So hot.
Yeah, yeah. So KP, you've been to Vietnam. How was it there?
Yeah, Vietnam is a beautiful country to visit. Of course, you know, with the you know, in the in the I think 80s, 80s, or was it in the 90s? You know, the war. So there's still remnants left of the war, but but from I went there for 2 weeks. I traveled with two friends from my previous workplace. So we started off in a place called Sapa, which is the northest part of Vietnam, and so we stayed there for 2 nights. That was really great. So what they do, you can do like a trip where you live with the villagers. So you live on one side of the mountain, and then you switch over and you live on and then you trek to the other side of the mountain. Now there was this one particular story where what it was is there was these two ladies that took us up trekking to their village, and what it was, right, is they had the amount of rain that fell that in that one evening was equivalent to about 8 months worth. So what it was is we're up in the mountain, right, and we're trying to get ourselves back down to land, but because there were new streams that were actually formed, you know, like because it was flowing, because it rained at the top of the mountain, and then the streams that when they that were formed from the rain on the night before was absolutely crazy. So we had to literally walk through deep. You had to walk through parts of the stream, a deep your head at just above your head, and so it was crazy, and it was just crazy because like you could have fell off the cliff because you were so near to the cliff that these streams were literally fast flowing down from the hill. So that was absolutely amazing. And then then luckily, you know, I'm still here today, so I didn't fall off the cliff because you couldn't get helicopters or anything to come and get you, right?
Really?
So it was crazy. So and then from there we went to Hanoi. Hanoi is a beachy part of Vietnam where you can, you know, you've got some wonderful beaches in Hanoi, and you know, and it's just like Thailand. So they're trying to bring it up to like say Thailand, where they're inviting investors to come and so American companies are now really pumping money into that area. So you've got these new beaches. Sorry, you've got these new hotels, new restaurants. So it's absolutely beautiful. Then we went down south to Ho Chi Minh City. And there, I don't know if you've heard about the Coochie tunnels, where you know what during the war. So you can go down these tunnels that during the war they built, and it
was amazing, KP.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's crazy because.
Why are you cracking up? So.
Oh,
is there like an inside joke I'm not understanding?
No. No, it sounds amazing. It really does.
I think no, because Ho Chi Minh City is a great city to visit as well in Vietnam, because you can go down these tunnels that they used while they were in the war. The tour guide takes you down that route, and it's really crazy because you're going deep underground and it's pitch black.
Right.
Oh gosh, but yeah, and the food in Vietnam is again it's a South Asian.
Do you eat any turtles or any snakes or?
What do they eat there? I heard they eat the weirdest thing and they eat everything.
Yeah, they do, but I didn't try any of that. I can't do the creatures and
Like they eat
there's
maggots and worms
yeah,
Yeah,
and
worms. Yeah.
but KP, it was
oh.
no problem for you to eat Skippy now, was it?
Sorry.
Yeah, but you had to eat Skippy.
Well, what if you didn't know? What if like they served you like a full plate of like maggots, right? And then you thought it was rice.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that
Yeah,
would be
it's so
Oh,
gross.
true.
dear me.
Yeah, no, I thank God I just went for the normal like South Asian dish.
So, what's
Yeah.
Vietnamese dating life like?
I don't know because I didn't get to do any of that because we were just always on the go. So
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't really go. I only was there for 2 weeks, so traveling from one part to the other, doing all
Yeah.
the
Right.
touristy bits. So we didn't really get a chance. Not like yourself, you've worked at Malaysia, so
Yeah.
you've lived there for a considerable amount of time, so you will get that experience. But when you're just going as a trip, you're not gonna. Yes, it's a bonus if you meet a girl who's local, and have some fun. But no, I
Yeah.
didn't. I didn't meet anyone.
Did you did you hook up with any like of those girls when you were in Thailand?
Who myself? No,
Yeah.
I didn't. No, no, no,
No?
no, 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 no. No, I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Of
Are you?
course I am. Yeah. I would I do something like that better? No.
No, you
Told
wouldn't.
you
Well, no, you're not like Soul.
someone.
I know. Soul.
Totally
He's giving me this
Yeah.
look.
right.
Well, look, it is what it
No,
is.
Soul is
It
not
is what
like that either. He's such a good boy. He doesn't, you know,
I am actually. I am. I
he
am.
doesn't
I am.
go that route.
Yeah. So
He just
I totally.
talks a lot.
I totally recommend for people to go to Vietnam. It's such a beautiful
Yeah.
country, and there's so much that they're trying to forget of their past, and they're
Bella,
Mm-hmm.
why
really
don't you switch on your
they're really
camera?
inviting people over now.
Let's see your beautiful face.
What did you say?
Switch
Okay,
on
What
your
did Soul
camera.
say?
Switch on your camera,
No, because
please.
my video, the audio right now, I feel like it's really bad. Can
Just
you imagine
quickly.
my
Just
video?
quickly. Just
No.
quickly. Okay.
Okay, my viewers, here I am.
Yay. There you
Yeah.
are.
so Bella, would you want to travel to southeastern countries? Like
Well,
you've said you've been to Europe and you've been to all those areas, but would you want to reach far out? Go to Far East? Would you? Now that
yes,
I'm talking about it, does it appeal to you?
yes, I would love to go to Thailand and go to Malaysia. I would love to go to India, but I just haven't. But if I have to see any animal cruelty, I don't want to go because I can't handle that stuff. Like I just can't.
Right. Okay. Well, you'll get
Yeah.
loads of that in South Asian countries. So
Oh,
Yeah,
come
so that's what,
on. Are
no,
you
seriously, that's
serious?
that's a part of it that I haven't really had a lot of interest to go. It's because of animal cruelty. I can't see it. Sometimes if I see like cruelty with animals here or a video or something, I honestly can't even sleep. I can't get it I won't get it out of my head.
right.
Like for weeks, it'll just, bother me. So I just kind of try to stay away. I don't want to
The
see
Gemini
it. I don't
thing.
want to.
The
Don't take
Gemini thing.
don't take your dogs
So,
with you if you want to go to a Far East country,
no, no, no,
because
no.
they
I
might
would
get
never.
snapped up and then and munched up by humans.
They're
So
not playing. In China
Oh,
especially.
yeah.
don't take your dogs.
Yeah, well, nobody could even come near my Doberman anyways. He's not that friendly, so and I'm glad he's not.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
If you love your pets, keep them at home.
I do, yeah. No, I wouldn't
The
take
problem
them.
is though, Balak, are you in a position to like travel without your pets from time to time?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
could definitely.
But I
But if I'm
think
gonna,
yeah.
but for a month or something, I can. If it's for 1 month, 2 months, no. For 1 week, 2 weeks, then my parents could care of them.
Mhm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, guys, if you had to live anywhere in the world, where would you choose to live?
Turkey.
You're full of shit. Yeah, Turkey. No,
I
seriously.
would. Um, so the five countries. So Costa Rica, maybe Panama.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa
Why?
Rica.
No. Have you even been there?
No, but I would love to go there. Definitely
But
love
to
to.
live, I'm talking like you want to go live there? Is this
I don't think it can be any worse than Spain, right? So
Spain is beautiful.
Spain is very
Spain is,
beautiful,
and
Mm.
it's
shockingly
big
beautiful.
too.
It is. It is. It's a beautiful country. But Costa Rica it's been in the background. Obviously, I love Malaysia, so I'll definitely
Mm-hmm.
go back to Malaysia.
Yeah.
Canada. I've always had
Canada.
a thing for Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where else? Texas. Austin, Texas. It's also on my radar as well. That's
Okay.
six so far. That's four, right? One more maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give it up for Egypt. Egypt's in the house.
Egypt.
Egypt's in the house.
Why Egypt?
Egypt's because I think if you've got money, it's one of those very mysterious cities, and you can have a lot of fun. I think you
Right.
can, not necessarily in the capital, but when you go to sort of the touristic beach places, Sharm el Sheikh, you can have some fun.
Mm.
Okay. And you, KP?
Myself, I would love to live in. So Dubai, is a spot where I would like to experience living over there. Reason why
Mm-hmm.
there's so much opportunity over there in
Okay.
terms of work and so forth, and also
Right.
they're doing it up really nice, right? Not that I would in the States. I would love to live in New York for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
visited New York for 2 weeks with work and my previous role, and
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. So I would love to, because New York is a cosmopolitan
Absolutely.
city, right? And like when I was in New York for people were so friendly, and
Mm-hmm.
you could walk out you could walk out your hotel and people are so friendly to you and stuff. So I would love
Yes.
to experience living there. Also, where else
Yeah.
would I? I
New
guess
York is
South
cool.
Asia, China. I wouldn't mind. Say India for a little bit. Yeah, India would be a
Mm-hmm.
destination that I wouldn't mind. And Singapore, I would love to work out in Singapore or India. Really,
Okay. Yeah,
those two would be really nice. I would say
for sure.
to experience as well.
Yeah. I think I would love to live in New York. I love New York. New York, Miami, and France.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be
Those are,
yeah. France would be a yeah, a Europe destination.
yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
France is so boring. It's no different from
France?
England. Yeah, it's boring, man. What the fuck? I'm gonna go to
No,
France.
there's so much to do. There's so much to do in France. And then you have south of France. It's just absolutely gorgeous there. Monaco. Ugh, it's nice. How could you not like it? France is so good.
I don't like French people.
No?
They don't like English people. They don't like British people.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's,
That's kind of true.
there's this big rivalry between the English and the French. We don't like Frenchies that much.
Yeah,
But we like them more than the Germans.
I wouldn't mind
that's true.
working in Germany would be a nice place as well to work for a little.
Yeah, I wouldn't want, no, Germany for me, no. I wouldn't want to live in Germany. It's cold there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's just
Yeah.
like France though.
Exactly.
Yeah, but France, you have south of France. But okay, France is different. Like Paris is different. I would live there. No, but Paris is not. Germany is more colder than France. And then,
Right.
but France, you have south of France, which is warm.
So you like living near the coast, right? Is that what you're saying? You
Yeah, I
prefer?
do like. Yeah, Absolutely. I like the coast or somewhere like New York.
Okay.
New York is cool though. New York is
It is.
it's very similar to London, but I think London is hugely vaster than New York. But
Yeah.
what I liked about New York when I stayed there I went there for a week, was that the transport was really easy to maneuver, to manage, and it was really cheap to get on. You could buy like a travel card for the week, and I think it was like $25. You could go anywhere. It was amazing. But where I stayed was where they normally have the plays. You know the what's the in New York the famous street where they have different plays taking place. Broad Street, right? No.
Yeah, there's Wall Street.
No, where they have the plays in that theaters. Doesn't anyone know the name of the location?
Ah,
No, where they have
Broadway.
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 I was staying off Broadway, and like, so we're going to your local shops, right? And like, it was super expensive, so you had to be careful where you shopped. Like, I think a toothbrush cost me like $8. What the fuck? $8 for a toothbrush?
Yeah,
But
well, that's normal.
It is, but it was really cool. It was really cool. I went to my first open mic in New York.
Oh, did you?
They booed me the fuck off. It was like, get the fuck off this fucking stage, you can't rap. It was heartbreaking. It was seriously heartbreaking. Because I believe up until that point I could. And then it just sounded off key, man. I was like, wow.
So,
But yeah.
guys, so anything last word before we go about traveling?
Yeah, I recommend our viewers, when you want to go to a destination, is to really research really about the country. And so, you know, I got a book called the Planet. I think it's the Planet Guide or something like that. What it is that book's really helped me, especially when I was backpacking in Australia and New Zealand. So I recommend that. And what's the travel website a lot of people go on?
STA?
Yeah, So for backpackers, that's a good one. And what's the other one where you book? You know, your hotel.
TripAdvisor.
Yeah,
TripAdvisor.
That's it. TripAdvisor. So really go on TripAdvisor and
Yes.
really look at, because a lot of people's reviews will give you an insight into whether you would enjoy doing certain activities within the country, and you know, definitely, like, you know, food and culture and architecture.
And the hotels and stuff as well. Yeah.
It's not just like it's going to entertainment, but us others, we enjoy other parts of the culture.
I mean, I could live in Las Vegas. If you could give me an opportunity, I'll move to Las Vegas. Hell yeah.
Go gamble away all your money, yeah?
No. I like the desert.
Okay, our lovely audience, then please don't forget our video and subscribe, and we will see you on our next video. Bye.
See ya.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.